Yeah!
When are we doing it then? It's not Saturday or Sunday.
And welcome to this DEFCON2 2v2 Warno qualifier game 2. Got two teams for you today. We got a team Chorni Zaporozhtsi consisting of vladhubschrauber and TarTarBoy. They're playing KDA 56Y and they're up against Chich and STANAG. STANAG a finalist in the last DEFCON2 tournament. Chich on 7th Panzer and STANAG on 35Y. So between the drafts, I prefer Red's draft simply because I think Blue's going to struggle in the open spaces. Although they've got some really good defensive options in the form of just a bunch of T62s with ATGMs, longest range ATGMs. And they've opened Napalm Grad again, so he's going to try and Napalm Grad the road at the start. And we'll see how that goes for him. So, yeah, obviously Red are going to have a good forward deployed at the start with 35Y. And Blue should have some forward deployed SPG-9 cars, forward deployed SPG-9 bundles of sticks, ATGMs, but they've opted not to bring those. So they get 4 of these Stingers, but they've only bought 2 of them. Okay. And then that's backed up by just waves upon waves of infantry. There's not much happening here. There's no fob. But there is a napalm grad, so they're going to struggle with no fob to keep that supplied. Especially as 56Y also gets grads, so they're going to struggle to keep all that firing. Switching to red, do they have a fob? They do not have a fob either. And you got standard 35Y forward deployed stuff. Looks like he's mixed in some 50 cal teams in there as well. But he's not actually going for... I mean, he should know that he's the only forward deployed division. So I feel like he should be going for Delta at the start. But he's not. And then the 7th Panzer player is going to back him up, but he's not actually going to have seized ground in Delta at the start. And there's not much on the right. So we'll see what happens. We'll cast the game, and we'll do it from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and I'd like to take the time to thank the generous channel joiners. They get the names on the screen, they get members-only videos, they get the videos early. It's a really great way to support the channel. 1 membership at the lowest level is worth 2,000 views. If you don't want to pay money, please like and comment on the videos. It takes you 10 seconds per video. It's free, and it helps me out in that it makes YouTube recommend the videos to more people. So that's a way you can give back to me. So that's that has obviously stopped a potential 35Y rush there, but that wasn't scheduled anyway. But it's a good idea, and now what I'd like to see is Vlad immediately try and shoot this somewhere else. So okay, so this needs to get out. Oh, there we go. So we got out there, and I'm just really surprised that Red didn't go harder on this zone because this is the closest one. And you see Vlad's like, STANAG, stop! STANAG does not stop. And he's fine. Yeah, these Special Avklärer need to sit behind this building before they die. These guys really need to unload. This thing's going to eat them for breakfast. It's got such a good RPG. And if they just unloaded it there, they still would have been firing. We hear the rockets of this thing. Did you see how he loaded that back into the transport to protect it? That's smart. We see some more napalm grad out there. It's going to kill these transports, but the guy in the building is going to be fine because buildings are bugged. So if you, as long as you sit in the building, you're fine. But the building can get destroyed, and then you're not in the building anymore. So Red are doing a decent job attacking here. Blue haven't, you know, Tartar's just left this CV here, so that's not great. Red, you know, continuing to move in. I like that bombing run. That was a good bombing run. And that... oof. If they had just waited a couple seconds for that Stinger team to die, that might have survived. So that is a shame because he saw it and he didn't wait. So it could have been a better bombing run. But I think Red sort of got the advantage here, although there were loads of units here and I'm not sure what happened to them. I think he put them all here, which, okay, but he didn't leave anything here. So... what, Blue's just going to walk in? That's really weird. Not so sure about that. Napalm Grad is not firing. here would be a nice place. Red is in here, but they haven't driven the CV up, so what you need is a mortar for smoke. Smoke this, drive in. These orc guys don't have AT. They're quite expensive for their price, actually. You compare them to Zikarongs. It's like 35 points for the same thing. Yeah, so red is reinforcing this because, like, Vlad has not capitalized on this at all. There's no one in front of him, but he's just deciding to shoot these people. Why? He needs to be down here. Like, he's putting the CVE there, but there's nobody in there. He needs to get in this zone, because these Desatniki are going to reinforce it. So that's a shame. Obviously, they don't see what we see. T-72 command tank died there. Not sure what killed it. Might have been this. Might have been a plane. This guy's still not shooting. It's a good target here. And, yeah. So, you know, just get a mortar for smoke. Get that in there for red. But red are on a +2 anyway, because blue can't get in here to reinforce, to get the CV in, right? This is very risky. I can understand it if you want to get close fast, but now this is going to auto-path down this road and he's going to lose it. So that's a 40-point swing, because if you were going to get... If you're 20 points down, and then your enemy gains 20 points, that's a 40-point swing. So it's very important that you don't give the enemy your transports too often. Yeah, Chich with the T-55s, it's not going to beat T-62. He doesn't have smoke though, so that's the problem. So he's probably going to lose that one. These things do fire, like, kind of slow though. Okay, so target switches there. Sort of typical. So he's bought a CV tank. This Aufklärlich needs to get to here, and then you can have the KBV here to support it. It's funny because it makes exactly the same sound the helicopter one does. I like the use of, like, still using the T-55s. Typically, you want the high HP one at the front, though, so that gets shot. Not the low HP one. And Vlad, now he's coming in here. He did buy a CV. I'm not sure where it went. Like, we saw him buy it. It might have already died. There's a lot of firing going on here. And you'd expect to see some planes or some arty. Oh, this did fire. It's good. It got 2 T-55s, so that was a good play. And looks like Tartar's going to get this CV in here now. And you see he's putting it behind this building so that it doesn't get shot. MiG-27HE doesn't drop its bombs because he pulls it off the target, but he now knows that there's nothing here. BMD-2's out, autocannons. Yeah, Vlad, he's flooding it. I'm not sure what happened to that CV because we saw him buy it. Maybe it was this. I don't know. And the red attack here never really accomplished anything. It just sort of left this big gaping hole which has been exploited. I mean, they managed to get a couple of units in, but they never got a CV in. And red has been pushed out of this zone, and I think now they should... Oh no, he's trying to get back in. I don't agree with that at all. Especially once this guy fires a rocket launcher at him. Right, so you should see there's a guy with a rocket launcher there now. I'm not going to drive into him and die. Sadly, a bit of a no reaction there, and he drives into him and dies. That is a shame. It's of course easier to cast than it is to play. People do make mistakes. He might have been looking somewhere else. Generally, something I always try to impress upon the viewers is that the more you play, the better you are. So when you see these top players, you know, like me, and the players that are better than me, it's generally just because they've played more games. And, you know, it's your life, you can do what you want. But don't feel like there's some kind of, wow, I'm just built wrong. These guys are just built different. And generally, if you meet somebody that doesn't have that many games and is really good, it's probably because they've got a load of games in the predecessor, right? Or they got an alt account. So don't feel disheartened. Because the more you play, the better you get, basically, because more and more of your actions are put in your subconscious, basically. You just do things without thinking. And then that leaves more of your active mind to think about tactics and stuff. Whereas, you know, when you're doing your first game, it's like, oh, I haven't spent my points in 5 minutes, you just sort of forget, because you're paying attention to something else. And your brain isn't doing all the heavy lifting for you, essentially. And that's the same for any skill. And I try and mention this from time to time. It's not me coping, as somebody said. it's I just want to impress upon you that this is a skill like any other, and you shouldn't feel put down if you're not good at this game. Of course, you get better by giving me all your money. If you just give me all your money, you'll be good. Right, so the half-grads are out here for 35Y, or at least a half-grad. This guy's probably still reloading, yeah. But it is a +2 for blue, because they secured this, and they've got this, so it would be great to see Tartar help his boy out a bit, because this is where the points are, and I'm not seeing that. I mean, of course, he's got a duty to make sure his own zone doesn't get pushed back in. But Tartar could send some stuff. I mean, this is sort of blobbed a bit much, and with the CV being dead, that is rough. What I often think is a good idea is, like, you know, one of these reinforcements should be a CV. Before you lose your CV, if it's an attack like that, you should think, man, they could snipe my CV, I'm pretty exposed here, I don't have any AA. Over here, Chich is walking forwards to see what's going on, and he's going to lose that because it's just going to get killed. So he's seen something there. And he's building up some helicopters for a heli attack. We'll see how that goes. That's smart. And yeah, the bombing of Red's bombing runs are really effective because blue don't have books, which is kind of weird. Like, Chich should really have bought a book. Because the book's going to one-shot those MiG-21s. Like this gets one-shot by a book. And you can put one here. But instead he just keeps losing stuff. Oh, there are Cubs here. Okay. Oh no, but that's obviously the other team. Yeah, Malka's out. Malka's shooting. I mean, it's very effective, but there is nobody there. These guys really need to unload, and they do. He's going to lose the front vehicle, and this guy's now low cohesion because a vehicle blew up next to him, as is this guy. So that's the disadvantage of having vehicles blow up next to you. These things used to be really good, but then they changed the weapon for a small arms, an MMG instead of a HMG, and now it's rubbish. So that's a big sad. Half-grads are out. They're hitting the Conquerors team. They might get it. They're really bad, basically, the half-grads. Very ineffective. Oh, I see, you split the volley. Yeah, nah, you need both of them shooting one thing if you want them to do anything. As you can see, this man has survived. So, the smoke mortars are out. And where's the CV? He's bought a book. But where's the CV? And I do like this play from STANAG, trying to get around here. Chich's blob is going to kill all this, so a completely unsupported push. This is having better luck because it's not running across an open field. Like more ammo for this, you know, a tank, a couple T-62s back here would have helped. But yeah, 7th Panzer moment, just run into the blob of T-55s and T-72s. Conquerors shooting away. Chich should really be trying to kill that. This is a very powerful spot if Red can take it, but hey, you get your half-clear to here and then the T-62s kill it, so it's not as easy as all that. Is this still reloading? Right, so Chich tried his cool attack, and okay, so the Igla's now been revealed, and so is the Stinger, and he's actually going to charge it. Okay. That's going to explode now. No, hang on, it might... Okay, I mean, it's gonna get him! Oh, that's so depressing, man. Why didn't you just stop it? Or drive it here? But that says a lot about helicopter rockets. They're really bad. They're, like, really bad. So he's probably gonna pull these back now, but he's still sending this forwards, which, yeah, this doesn't have AT, so it's gonna get there. MiG-29, just flying over the books. Book has now been revealed, and it is gonna move. And you see the power of the book. It needs a supply with it. Vlad shot this up as well, so the Spetsnaz crew can't get all the way around, see all the reinforcements. But yeah, these BMD-2s are just doing a lot of work, and Vlad doesn't have an answer to that here. No tank, right? Oh, he's bought one. MiG-20, you see the power of the book? Just save these units, because even though I didn't kill it, it's because it's run out of ammo. it stunned it before it gets its bombs off. So BMP-1 is going to take an extremely long time to kill that. The main issue he's got here is that he can't shoot down the road. If he'd put it here, it'd be firing ATGMs down the road, but he's just left it behind this building, which is a big shame. Yeah, and there's no follow-up there, which is a big shame. I mean, he's got this huge armored block. He could have transferred a couple T-55s over. The BMD-2s are probably going to die, although this one's gone pretty lucky so far. Nothing's hit it. So that one's probably going to live, actually. It does eat some shots there. And Vlad, you know, he's having a tough time. He needs a supply back here for all these guys that keep routing. He needs a Zargo tryhard to buff up his KDA Schutzen. That removes the disheartened effect. And the MiG-21s are coming in over here. The BMP-2 should really beat that. We shall see if this thing does anything. It's going in on it. Oh, I see, okay. Just didn't want to right-click it. Didn't want to dive, I guess, because it would dive. Which means that it's going to end up over here, because it has to pull out of the dive. So this exposes it to less of stuff back there. Obviously, there's nothing back there, but he does know that. So it makes sense. Anti-tank guns on the road can be very effective at just shooting down the road. Vlad the Implier has got this here. Right, so he needs this to smoke up this corner, and then he can drive the CV in, and he needs some supply. 122s, really don't like the 122s. I think they're very bad. Half-grad is going in on nothing in particular. And, yeah, Laddie just can't get in there. Losing his positions. So he needs to switch back into attritional war instead of... Because this is a problem, everybody has it. You know, attacking is so hard in this game. It's much harder than defending. Unless you just get there first, which is why forward deployed divs are so OP. You're like, I gotta keep getting in there, I gotta keep getting in there, but sooner or later you gotta turn around and say, look, I've just lost too much here. RM70 is doing a good job. He's hit that armoured block, and Tartar, he's not reacting at all, so he's going to lose a lot of HP on his units there. They don't die, but they lost a lot of HP. Not sure who's smoking that. It's this, so he's trying to smoke off those tanks. Napalm grad out. My 24s are over here. Probably both going to die now for the plane. But Red have taken this zone, so that's very powerful. A worthy sacrifice. Although I feel like he probably could have just landed them. Like this one's, I mean, still not landed it. So the Napalm grad went in on something over here. As we discussed, if they're in the buildings, they're fine. Would love to see an RM70 drop in on this. Right, so the RBF's back for more. We'll see if the book hasn't been resupplied, so this is going to be pretty unfortunate for Vlad. He's going to lose a lot of units there. So yeah, he lost a lot of units there. Sneed got what? Still got both its radar missiles, so got nothing. Mi-24 was just sort of left there and died. It does happen. The Steed, he's doing some decent micro there, just microing out of the way of the missiles. We'll see if he survives this head-on collision. I mean, I'm surprised he's not evac-ing this guy. In fact, he's not actually got an order, so it's just loitering. There we go, he's ordering it now. So Red have managed to push this out. Yeah. We've seen lots of blue deaths. I mean, Reds have taken this, so they're on +4 now. And there's not actually anything in here. So Chich is reinforcing it. What you could also do is say, Stanag, help me. And then he'll give you a reinforced tick as well, and then you get 520 points in here pretty rapidly. But that requires quite a bit of coordination. Tartar, he's doing a good attack here actually. Like, because Chich is invested here, that has given Tartar the opportunity. Because keep in mind that this is apparently Vlad's zone as well. No, never mind, that is Tartar's stuff. Yeah, I mean, Blue didn't do a good job of defending this, really. Especially after those helicopters showed up and then went back. You should be like, I wonder what's going to happen now, you know? I gotta... Maybe I should prepare for this. Somebody sent me a WhatsApp message. Alright. That's my mum telling me about the next EDL rally. And how I should be careful about that. So that robot bomber is going to get a lot of kills here because Tartar didn't move. Oh, it went on the CV. Okay. So, yeah, Blue, I mean, this is very optimistic. Chich could kill him, he's just put this on hold fire, which means it's not going to do anything. Could smoke this up, put some smoke in here, you know, I mean, it's just going to die now. Eventually, the T-55s, they don't have great accuracy. So, Red have pushed Blue out of here, and then the tick's going to continue. As soon as this man dies and that, and there you go, so that's +2, and there's going to be +4. RM70, yeah, getting some more kills there. Big 27. Whoa, get some decent hits there, but no cigar, not the right tool for the job. This is, and it misses twice, showing me up a bit there. It's got a gun with 5 pen on it, but you got to dive for that, and then the Strellas eat you. Although these Strellas are a bit far back for considering their radar AA, like this one especially. So, seeing some smoke in there. And the half-grad gets a decent volley off on this. The napalm is reloading. The marker has spotted the CV. And, okay, so Chich, he is reacting. Second shot should already be in the air, though. Down it goes. So, that was a good shot. The LGBT, if you lose a hit point on it, you want to evac it, and just don't chance it, because you don't want that thing to die. It's very useful, and it's surprising that Tartar didn't bring that earlier, actually, because you get 2 of those. You also get a 260mm cluster mortar on this. In fact, whoa, yeah, that's really weird, actually. Tartar's 56Y, and he's brought the half-grads, which I was thinking he's 35Y. So that's really weird. That's a really bad idea. You want to bring the full grads. You don't want to be bringing half grads because they're just rubbish. The reload time makes them very... and the small capacity makes them way worse than regular grads. And 56Y gets regular grads. So, not sure what's going on here, but he is finding that. Okay, he wasn't on attack move. That's weird. I wonder how he knew about that. Maybe he saw it reverse down here or something. Vlad of the Chad is still trying to get back in here. There's no buildings left, so he's got to make his own cover with some smoke mortars. He did have a mortar back here, I don't see it. I guess it died to count battery or something. So, you know, you can't get this in. So yeah, what is there to say? This is looking pretty over for Blue. I mean, they got pushed out here. They never really got in here. Like, it was a nice idea. They just didn't have enough here, so that when they lost these units, they didn't really reinforce them. And then they lost that zone. +2. Oh, okay, so Blue has managed to get in here. But he's definitely spotted. This isn't a good spot. You could put a Metis team there or an ATGM or something. Seed out first to soak the book, which I guess died some time ago. We see that a CV died there. Not sure how we knew about that. That's weird. But Chich is just driving in with his big armored stack. Typically you want some AA with that. The LGBT, for example, would be extremely useful here, but yeah, he's just driving in. So that's +6 for red, and that's game, let's face it. So, okay, looks like they're going to resign in a minute anyway. So yeah, red just clearing that out. Looking pretty comfortable over here. And Vlad did manage to get in here. And there's the surrender. And that's GG. So do please let me know what you think. I thought that was a pretty good game. Pretty cool game there. And sadly, when we click on Chich, comes up with me. Stanag, rank 152. Vlad, rank 4,373. and TarTarBoy ranked 221. So, you know, this is definitely the better team. So, yeah, I can't remember if Chich and STANAG qualify. We'll find out. If you see any more games from them, then they did, right? And I hope you learned something from that game. If you found value out of this video and you want to give back, please like the video, leave a comment. It's free, it takes you 10 seconds, and it helps me out. So have a good one, and I'll see you around.